inside the Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio, and mighty glad we are because outside some 6 to 8 inches of snow have fallen in the Cleveland area and more is expected on the way. Welcome everyone to the IHL here on Prime Network. Peoria taking on Cleveland along with former NHL star Bernie Federko. I'm John Paul Della Camera. We should have a great matchup for you tonight because, Bernie, these two teams are a point away from leading their respective divisions.
Yes, they are, JB. Very important game for both of them, especially in conference play. You look at the standings here. Kalamazoo is 2 points ahead of Cleveland, or actually 1 point ahead of Cleveland right now. Fort Wayne is right in the thick of things. You go to the Central Division, Peoria is only 1 point out of first place, so they could move into first place tonight here with a win, too. Go to the West.
Look at some of the key players today. For Peoria, everyone knows about Monjo that's followed this league, but how about Prokhorov, the exciting Russian?
Well, actually, yes, Peoria has a very balanced attack, but two of the key players that you're going to watch for tonight is Michel Monjo, who was the MVP in the International Hockey League back in 1990, is just coming around. He didn't have a good start, but he's really started to come along in the last few games. Vitaly Prokhorov, a Russian that the Blues drafted, St. Louis Blues drafted 2 years ago, trying to work his way back up to the National Hockey League.
Now, when you look at some of the stars for Welcome back, everyone, to Richfield, Ohio. The Cleveland Lumberjacks at home with a winning home record of 5-2-4 against the visitors from Peoria, led by their coach, Paul McLean, who comes in at 5-2-1 on the road, a great goal scorer during his career in the NHL. He contrasts with Rick Patterson. Patterson only scored 50 goals in his entire career. McLean almost got that, Bernie, in a season.
Absolutely. Both tremendous competitors. Paul McLean, really, we're going to have a real neat power play against a penalty killing specialist. Paul, of course, Peoria does have the best power play in the league because I'm sure Paul McLean has something to do with it. And Rick Patterson, I'm sure, has worked very hard with his penalty killers.
The officials, Dave Cronenberg, Jim Garofalo, and Scott Holberg will be the linesmen. Cronenberg is the referee. Puck is dumped in deep into the Peoria end. Hollinger takes a hit right away from Todd Hawkins. Physical at the start. Peoria skating right to left this opening period in uniforms that match their affiliated partner, the St. Louis Blues. Likewise, Cleveland in the same colors as the Pittsburgh Penguins. In the neutral zone, picked up by Hawkins. Hawkins across the line, top of the circle. Shot is blocked. It goes around behind Sargent. Sargent comes in with the best goals against average in the IHL. Into the corner again for Hawkins. Bodies bang there. Pion sending it all the way across on that far side. Kevin Evans lost it there. Dumped in along the boards. That was Jamie Black that got a piece right in front of the referee, Cronenberg. Bad clearance. Black had it tied up in his jersey, and now it pops free. Evans again. Brother of Doug Evans. First time they've had a brother combination play for Peoria. Dumped in as Peoria will change up on the fly. Rob Dobson, the goaltender, the other way, leaves it off. This one goes the length of the ice. Icing is the indication. It came back. The goalie had to touch it. Up the side, intended for Monjo. And now back the other way. 3 games in 3 nights for both of these teams. Bernie, what can you tell us about the way this is starting?
I think that's what we're going to see tonight. There's no question that with these two teams having played all 3 nights now, they're going to be tired. They both rode Chicago. Peoria rode up to Chicago on a bus last night after their game. Certainly a little tired. They have a flight early this morning. As Cleveland came home last night after the game. So they're going to feel each other for a little while. I think Peoria wants to play a good checking game. Peoria does a good job with that. They've held the opposition to under 30 shots for most of the games this year.
This is a big line, too, for Peoria. Monjo will center it. Pellerin is to the right. Prokhorov is to the left. The Russian player that we talked about at the top, Steos at the back. Sending it back deep. Sargent will leave it off. It is scoreless here. 18-24 still to play in this first period. IHL hockey here on Prime. With Bernie Federko, I'm John Paul Della Camera. Hope you're going to enjoy this one tonight. Sargent will leave it off in the corner, right side. Darren Veach with over 500 NHL games to his credit. Out of Monjo, right side, they break. Dumped in around the boards behind Dobson. Prokhorov, the first man there, took a hit along the boards, dug out, and cleared up ice. Taken back, though, by Peoria. Pellerin, who's been very consistent, one of 3 players on Peoria that have played in all 25 games this year. And back up ice, Steos fell down, still moved it ahead. Cleared away by Hewitt on this near wing side. Across the line, Ed Patterson on a 6-game scoring streak. He met the boards. Compliments of Martin Hammerling. Back the other way. Pellerin over the line, gives it up right side, shot. Stick save by Dobson off the shot from Hammerling. Centering pass, cut off. Back the other way in the backhand feed to the center line. And it's collected by Peoria. They dump in intended for Mackey. Play getting a little bit ragged now in the neutral ice area. Dumped in by Peoria. Heward off the boards, can't clear out. Big shot, Hoover. Sticked away behind the net by Dobson. Again, players battle for it. That's Heward, number 28. Kept alive, though. Sent in deep by Mark Bassett. Behind the net. Lumberjacks get it. Look to clear out, and they do into the neutral zone. Mikhailuk. Taken away at the opposite end. Peoria with Mackey. Neither team taking charge here in this first period. 16:45 still to play.
It's going to be interesting who gets to match up against Mikhailuk and Jock Calendar's line. I'm Paul McLean. I'm switching lines right now, trying to get a checking line out against them.
They're the two leading scorers on Cleveland's side, and an offside indicated by the linesman. So that will stop play and maybe let both teams gather their thoughts. It's been a little bit ragged, as you might expect, after both teams have traveled the night before, and also the 3 games in 3 nights has to take its toll.
It really does, JP. You know, you're tired. It's such a mental game. Physically, I think they're fine. It's just trying to get the fog out of their sleep. They slept all afternoon, both teams, and they're real tired right now. And I think it's going to take them probably 10 minutes before they feel their senses and get going again.
Cleveland's 9-1-7 when they score first. Peoria 10-3-1. So that's how important the first goal has been to these two clubs. Here's Duberman. Justin Duberman, their top rookie of the year ago, dumping it in behind the net. Along the near boards, Peoria trying to move it out. Doug Evans passes it free. At center, it's dumped in long. Cut off by the Lumberjacks. They can't move it out. At the left point, Hollinger keeps it alive. He wanted Kevin Evans, can't find him. Now on the right side. It eludes Evans. Here's Doug Evans, Kevin's brother, taking it to the far corner. Evans, who's a charter member of Peoria's Hall of Fame, and he's still just over 30 years of age. Still plenty of years left in this game.
Tremendous competitor.
Centering pass, and it was sticked away nicely by Dobson before it became a problem. Back on the right side, Duberman has Mikhailuk with him. Now the drop pass, holding up Andrusak, who's on a 7-game scoring streak. 4, 6, and 10 are his totals during that time. Behind the net, intended for Mikhailuk. Center on the far wing boards. Duberman has a crack at it, but it's cleared out to Doug Evans at center. He'll just flip in, giving the Rivermen a chance to change. You'd expect both teams would make some quick line changes here because of that travel schedule in the 3 games in 3 nights.
Well, the best way to get back your legs is though to get a couple of good shifts, get a couple of hits in, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
Drop pass there. The quick shot was blocked, never got through. Still loose at the right point. Kept alive and sent all the way around the boards by Paul Dick. All the way to the far wing side. It's high off the glass. That was dangerous. And I thought it hit someone on the Peoria bench. So play is stopped. 14:59 left in the scoreless first period from Richfield, Ohio. Continues here on Prime Network. Peoria and Cleveland 0-0. 14:59 left in this first period. Along with Bernie Perderko, I'm John Paul Della Camera. Dick on the right side, snapping it in around the board. Sargent lost it behind the net. Cut off. Here's a chance. A trip. Delayed call. A shot taken is blocked by Sargent. Shot was taken by Carabin, but right before that, the delayed call, and there'll be a power play coming up for Cleveland.
Definitely a good call. You get to see a hook here going to the net, and you can just see it stick just out of the corner of the picture there. Gets in between the legs of Mark Carpin, and he goes down. But they still got a good shot out. There's an excellent opportunity to get a good shot across, and Sargent may come up with a big save.
So the penalty is being called. There's Ladislav Carabin, doing pretty well with his team. Only has 1 goal, but he has 14 assists, so he's 3rd on the team in that particular category. And there he is, sent down by the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the power play is on for Cleveland. They're in the low 20s in terms of a percentage, but it's about 29% at home. They're much better here.
Yes, they're number 1 in the league at home, so it's going to be a tough power play to stop.
Carabin takes it behind his own net. Hoover, one of the 4 checkers on for Peoria. Joined in the battle along with Montgomery. They're the 2 up top for Peoria. Back the other way, Andrusak. Now Mikhailuk over the line, leaving it on Calendar. Andrusak plays it across. Carabin on the off wing, takes the shot, saved. Rebound is loose, sent back out to the right circle. Center point area. Here's Andrusak. Carabin. Calendar holding. Power play on for a minute 19 more. Andrusak shoots from 60. It's tipped in front, but not enough on it. Mikhailuk tried to steer that one home.
Well, that's why Mikhailuk has got 500 career goals. He's standing in front of the net exactly where he's supposed to be.
Right side, Patterson looking. Centering pass off a stick, and it goes in wide behind the cage. Dug out. Here's Mikhailuk coming out top of the circle, now in deep. Lays it off on the backhander. Carabine. Mikhailuk. 52 left on the power play. Scoreless here in Cleveland. Richfield, Ohio to be precise. Patterson trying to center. Clear it out. Sent all the way down on the clearance by Jeff Batters. 40 more seconds left on the man advantage for the Lumberjacks, and they give it away deep in their own end. Costly giveaway. That'll take time off the clock. Bassett back for Darren Beach. Up the right side. It was intended for Rick Keown, one of the better penalty killers in the eye. Off a deflection. Bad break there for the Lumberjacks. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Good job of penalty killing right now by Peoria.
Well, they're just going with quick shifts. They're trying to just get it in and get it out as quick as possible and change as quick as they can.
Duberman missed on the short side, and now it's cleared down ice. Cleveland going about 50 seconds without a good quality chance. That's it. Power play is over for the Lumberjacks. Here they come, though. Black along the near boards. In a scramble. Toropchenko in there. 4 players are there. The referee wanted play to continue. No whistle yet. Move it, fellas. Now whistle. They used to always blow the whistle, and that was several years ago in hockey. Now they want you to keep that puck alive, and that's what the referee Cronenberg was trying to do. Still scoreless from Richfield, Ohio. This is the IHL on Prime. Welcome back, everyone, to Richfield, Ohio. It is still scoreless, and if there's any momentum, you'd think maybe Peoria, the way they killed off that last power play.
Well, it was real well set up. Cleveland did a good job setting it up. They just didn't get any quality shots through.
Along the right side boards, Andrusuk losing it. Behind the net it goes. Monjo clearing it out. Here's a break. Coming in, Prokhorov. Andrusuk right with him, and it's a save by Dobson. Prokhorov had a breakaway right through center ice, and he paid for that one. Just now getting up from that battle in the corner with Andrusuk. And I thought that puck had cleared the zone, so did the linesman, but great pass right up through center ice for that man, number 17, Prokhorov, who showed he had some wheels.
Yes, absolutely. Monjo is an excellent passer. He set Prokhorov, who's got a lot of speed. 13 goals on the year right now. You're going to see it. It's a perfect pass, and it's unfortunate he fell down. Now, it's 3 or 4 guys have fallen down. I don't know if the ice is bad or it's soft. It should be soft with the weather outside, but they're having a lot of trouble with the ice. He was falling down. He got somewhat of a shot away, but it really didn't help him that much. Unfortunate, but I think we'll probably see him get a few more breaks. He's got some great speed, great wheels, and he get shoulder surgery. He had a rough time coming over last year from Russia. Didn't do that well, and he's trying to get himself back in spot in St. Louis.
Right side, here comes Peoria with a centering pass. Hewitt blocking that one. Centering pass attempted by Monjo. Another crack at it for Peoria. The shot by Hammerlich was blocked. It was blocked by Todd Hawkins, number 10. Now on the right side, Thiessen taken down. Rivermen get it back into the neutral zone. And here they come with a 3-on-3, make it 3-on-4. Hammerlich leading it. 60-footer is blocked by Hewitt, and we've got another penalty. Referee has got an elbowing call.
There's no question there's a call here. You're going to see Hawkins, if we can get this up. Hawkins just punched Chapdelaine when he was standing in front of net as he went by him, so it was right behind the play. We probably didn't get an angle on it, but it was incredible how he punched him as he went by, and you can't get away with it. When you're behind the play, you can sometimes get away with this, but not when the referee is still watching the play, and he got punched in the back of the head, and he certainly paid for it.
We didn't see it on that as we look at Hewitt, Jamie Hewitt, number 28, 6'2", 195 at the back for Cleveland. They've announced that penalty for elbowing to Hawkins. So he'll sit out 2, and this is the big power play that everyone has talked about.
This is it. This is it. They played very well, and Paul McLean knows what he's doing here. They move the puck. You're going to see they're going to get some real quality chances. Darren Beach is the shooter, the quarterback of this. He's been around a long time. They're going to try to get it back to him and set it up with him.
Hollinger, there's Beach, top of the circle. It was sticked away, and I thought it hit someone from Peoria, and I'm right, because they're going to move the face-off out and hit off Doug Evans.
Yes, that's Doug Evans is going to be seen in front of the net. I mean, Doug Evans is a tremendous competitor. We talked about him before. He spent quite a few years in the National Hockey League. In fact, last year with Philadelphia Flyers, he was in St. Louis, he was in Winnipeg. I really believe that this man was another 6 inches taller and maybe 1 step faster. He would be the best player in the National Hockey League. He's got tremendous heart, and he always comes to play.
Needs 45 games for his NHL pension, and a lot of people are rooting for him somewhere along the line to get those 45 games in. Peoria will control it here. There's Doug Evans, holding, top of the circle. Hollinger, 60 feet away. Back and forth to the points, now right circle, it was deflected. Evans couldn't control the loose puck. Kevin Evans with it, back for his brother Doug. Far side boards. A couple of swings from Patterson's stick. Evans, oh, a giveaway. Taken away and then pushed up by Carabin, now to Patterson. Patterson muscled along the boards by Hollinger. Peoria wants that puck back. Another 111 on the man advantage. They've had the best power play in the league.
What's real interesting is neither Peoria or Cleveland has scored a shorthanded goal. Peoria not on the road and Cleveland not at home, so it's real interesting here.
Sent in along the boards. That was Pion who had just come on. Doug Evans, now to Kevin Evans. There's your power play and penalty killing with Peoria at 25%, which is a good mark.
If you can score 1 in 4 times, you got a great power play.
Peoria passing it through, top of the circle. Pass was deflected. Monjo, who scored 2 last night on the man advantage against Indianapolis, out to Veach. Top of the circle shot was up high and wide of Dobson. Along the boards it goes. Sent out. Oh, Callender got a hand up against Hollinger. Well, the word chippy might come into play here.
Well, I think Callender got away with a lucky one there. He was trying to play the puck and he accidentally punched, I guess it was Hollinger in the face. You can see here he's just trying to clear the puck along the boards. Just got a little too early there and he tried to just get it down and they just cleared the zone. That's all they wanted to do. But excellent penalty killing. They still got 26 seconds to get out of this, but there's a lot of experience on this Cleveland team, especially with Jock Callender killing penalties and certainly with Dave Mikhailuk. So they're going short and hard. They're trying to get it out, and it's going to be a battle to see who's going to get that first goal.
Callender gets a breather. Power play still with 26 seconds left on it. First period, it's scoreless. And this one is deflected into the seats out of play. You, of all people, should be a great judge in the power play because you did so well there for St. Louis. What was the key to a philosophy that Paul McLean probably has here?
Well, I think everybody sets up their power play different. I think you try to have a quarterback. When I was playing in St. Louis, I was a quarterback. I like to set up down deep, down behind the net or in the corner, and that's the way we set it up. Paul McLean in Detroit and in Winnipeg, they both tried to set it up on the point, and that's why you're going to see Darren Veach get a lot of ice time. Anytime that he is on a power play, he's got a very dangerous shot. He likes to shoot a lot, and in fact, he's leading the Peoria team on shots, and that's the guy they go to try to set it up.
Along the boards behind the net, Monjo. Maybe one more crack at it with a man advantage. Peoria looking to center. On the spin move, it's played out to the right point for Veach. Blocked in front. And now it's played up to Hawkins. He just came out. It's a 2-on-1 if they hustle. Now 2-on-2. Hawkins shot. Blocked. It came right back out. Good block by the defense. Credit Veach for making that play. Prokhorov coming out. Nice deke around 2 players. Giving it up. Ahead over the line, Pellerin dropping it back. Here's the shot, not enough on it. Sticked away by Dobson, but the rebound is all the way to the far side. Pellerin again. Prokhorov behind that. Monjo checked by Heward. 4 players in a battle. It hops out. It's still loose and rolling, in fact. Callender will clear it out. Neither team scored when they had the man advantage. Back at full and equal strength. Hollinger's pass, knocked down with a glove hand of Paul Dick. He sends it in. What a dangerous hop. And Sargent falls down. Oh, he almost covered it. Bassett, his brother Bob, plays in the NHL with St. Louis. 4 players jamming. No whistle. Puck is still alive. Behind the net, Mikhailuk. Oh, it's squirted free. And now picked up by Dave Mackey, who clears it into the neutral zone. Dick couldn't get a hold of it. And now all the way back to the other end. Mark Bassett chasing. A collision there in the corner. Behind the net, dug out by Peoria. They try to center out. Here's Mackey, the turnaround save. Dobson, that's his best save as Mackey, who has scored 5 goals in his last 6 games, almost got his 6th. It's getting interesting here in Richfield, but it's still scoreless. You're watching the IHL on Prime Network. Welcome back, everyone, to the IHL on Prime Network. Still scoreless, Peoria and Cleveland with Bernie Federico. I'm John Paul Della Camera. Both teams have had a chance with a man advantage, but neither team was able to score. Hollinger with a pass, it's deflected. Hoover almost got it. Now Mackey comes up ice, looking for the pass. Hoover trying to center it through, now in the corner. One check is missed. Missing was Dagenet, sent in front, and Dobson sticks it away. Hollinger checked off the play. Around the boards, Cleveland can't get it up. Peoria picking up now, and they're forechecking. Mikhailuk from behind the net, right out in front to Callender. Should have been 2 lines.
They're trying for one break right now. Mikhailuk went behind the net and tried to hit Jock Callender, who is a smart hockey player. He really knows where the net is, and he's got great hands, and he was trying to get the long bomb, the breakaway from center ice, and unfortunately he was a little bit offside. You see here, Dave Mackey is going to get an excellent chance. Dave Mackey, 205 pounds, 6'4", really a real intense competitor, fighting for the puck in front of the net, was able to get a loose puck there and almost was able to get a shot past Dobson.
Dobson did well to stop Mackey. 3.45 is his goals against average. You can't even fault him in those shootouts because he's made a lot of saves as well, but it's his team that hasn't been scoring. One of the last 22 in shootout competition.
I think they want to get rid of that shootout.
Yeah, if a vote came up today, I think Cleveland would probably vote the other way, although you never know. This league is very progressive, and I think they see it's good for the league. The fans love it.
Absolutely. So do we.
I'd like to see it. Almost saw it last week. Icing as soon as it's touched by Travis Thiessen, who has a +14 to lead his team this year.
Another player that has played very well. Here's a kid that has really come around. Only 21 years old, Travis Thiessen, and who's played very well. 3rd-round pick of Pittsburgh in '92. Played with Cleveland last year, and he's having an excellent year at +14. Anytime you're +14, which means that you have been on for 14 even strength goals more than against. That's a tremendous, especially for a 21-year-old kid that's really the anchor of their defense right now.
Power play, they don't count, but Peoria is #1. At least they don't count in plus-minus.
That's
Cleveland
right.
is 4th.
That's right. And they're down a little bit right now. They missed they're over 1 tonight, so 25 is probably right around 25. But still, like I said, if you can score 1 every 4 times, you're doing very well. And that's why they are #1 in the league right now.
Set for the draw. Patterson moves in. Thiessen took a whack and was blocked, kicked out of the zone. Nice job by Pellerin. Heward off the boards, can't clear it out. Cleveland's having some problems the last few times they've been in their own end deep. Peoria, Prokhorov took a hit from Karabin, but he gets right back up, plays it to the side, centering pass block. Another crack at it, left point Hammerlich, knocked down in midair and collected by Mark Carpet. 3-on-3. Lumberjacks bring it up. Karabin spinning, hitting a man, shot save in front. Sargent made a good stop on Heward. In front of Carpet, and off the post it went. Behind the net, Karabin. Sargent just now getting back up. Peoria trying to clear out. Now they'll just carry it out. Pellerin across center. Over the attacking line has Prokhorov with him. Sends it in wide. Heward cracks an eye off the glass. Comes back the other end. Beach. Approaching 6 minutes left in this first period. Still scoreless. Monjo tucking it in. Pellerin, great move in front. Can he shoot it? Couldn't get the shot away. Then he's taken out. A penalty coming up on Cleveland. And it should be on Callender for taking down Pellerin. But how about that move Pellerin made?
Tremendous move. I think what's happening now is we're starting to see some action. Someone wants to get that first goal, and Pellerin does a great move. He's been playing great. He cuts to the inside. Jock Callender coming back late, had no choice but to pull him down. Otherwise, he would have had a great scoring opportunity. So I think that's a time. If you have to take a penalty, that's an excellent time to take one. Take away a scoring chance like that.
Well, now Peoria can crank up their power play again. The #1 power play unit in the league. 6:09 remaining in this first period. Paul McLean told me earlier, sometimes he experiments. At times he's used Monjo as the only player that shoots from the left side and everyone else in the right hand.
It's really interesting. He's got a whole new setup here. He's got Montgomery out at center. He's still got Beach on the point, but they're going to try to move it around again. I think that they're going to try to go back to Beach, see if he can take that shot.
Hollinger, he'll take it. It goes in high and wide. It's still loose. Dobson, with a very active stick, gets it out for Hawkins. And here comes Todd Hawkins. Broken up in the neutral zone, but Hawkins stays with it. Sargent. Joff Sargent is the way they pronounce it. G-E-O-F-F, #1 goaltender right now in the IHL. Great average coming in at 2.61. All the way back to the other end. Sargent pokes it along the boards. Jim Montgomery, who played for the NCAA champion Maine Black Bears last year. Up for Mackey. Mackey will dump it over the line. Chasing after it is Hoover. And now it's cleared out. The top 2 power play producers not out there right now, but you'll probably see them. That's Prokhorov and Monjo. Here's Mackey. Off the boards, behind the net. Not cleared out. Mackey stays with it well. Power play with 1:02 left on it. Here's Veach. Veach and Hollinger work the points. Hollinger center point. Left circle area for Hoover. Along the boards, Montgomery. Veach, top of the circle shot. Blocker save made by Dobson. Still loose in the slot area now. It's cleared out. Good clearance by Chris Tamer.
Well, Paul McLean, when he was at his prime, he used to stand in front of the net and go for the rebounds, and I think that's what he's got Veach doing. He's trying to design his power play off himself, is get a guy in front of the net and try to get some rebounds.
Kevin Evans looking for his brother Doug with that puck hopped over his stick, cleared down ice. Patterson chasing it, shorthanded. Coming in, backhander, just missing, and then he runs into Sargent, the goaltender. 18 seconds left to the man advantage, but the best chance came shorthanded. Cleveland doing a better job here, killing this one. They've killed now, Bernie, 21 straight. This will be 22 in another 5 seconds. This will be the 6th game.
They're not doing anything fancy, just want to get it down, not taking any chances.
Drop back intended for Kevin Evans, doesn't make it. Behind the net now, looking, centering pass toward Kevin Evans, off his stick. Both teams at equal strength now, full and equal strength. It's deflected into the corner. Kevin Evans wanting to center it on his forehand. He tried, blocked by Chris Tamer, who leads the Lumberjacks in penalty minutes. Right side, Duberman clearing it. If he had got Callender, it would have been a 2-on-1. It still could be, or at least 2-on-2 now as Peoria comes back. And here they come in, and a better pass there. They could have had 2-on-1 the other end. Off the boards, right side intended for Duberman. Batters taking it. Loose puck, nobody picks up Prokhorov. Prokhorov with a high wrist shot. It's blocked wide behind the net. Centering pass, blocked by Paul Dick. Mikhailuk. We're not seeing these two teams at their best, at least not yet. The 3-3 may be taking its toll. The late penalty coming up again. Picked up now by Batters. Now we've got an interference penalty. We'll come back and tell you about the penalty and the power play in just a moment. It's still scoreless. Welcome back, everyone. The penalty is on Peoria. So they will sit out a man. It is Brian Pellerin who will go to the box. He leads the team in penalty minutes.
Well, a good penalty there. Jacques Callender was trying to break free. Jacques Callender, 32 points on the year. He's a good guy to pull down if you have to pull somebody down.
Penalty was for interference. Lumberjacks power play. They scored twice on it last night. Both on 5-on-3 advantages. Puck was cleared. It landed on the Rivermen bench. Let's see where they marked the face-off. You're looking at Dagenet, number 5. Played 1 year with Indianapolis, 1 with Halifax, 1 with Cincinnati, and now he's giving Cleveland a shot. 33 minutes in penalties.
And Coach Rich Patterson going with a different setup here. He's got a different lineup. He doesn't have his big scorers out. He's doing some different things and trying to get something going, trying to get that first goal.
All set with a draw outside the blue line. A reminder that coming up in between periods 1 and 2, Bernie Federico's guest will be high scorer Dave Mikhailuk, so stick around for that one. Toropchenko in for the faceoff. No slouch is he at 6'4", at least 230, they tell us.
Probably loves life in this country.
I'm sure.
Fast food.
Duberman sends it along behind the net. Rivermen can't clear out. Still loose along the near side. Carabin dug it out. Centering pass, Black at the right point, left point. Andrusak, right circle. He wanted Toropchenko. May have been one pass too many. Andrusak had a chance to tee it up. There's Greg Andrusak. When the Penguins set him down, he didn't pout. He went on a hot streak. Carabin puts on the brakes. Higher play with 1:13 to go. Help on its way along the near wing boards. Toropchenko trying to dig it out with Carabin. 4 players. And another penalty coming up. Delayed call. And it's also against Peoria. It's going to be a 5-on-3 in a moment. Here's Andrusak. The shot went wide. Won't be a 5-on-3 if they scored, obviously, but we've got a penalty for a cross-check along those near boards. That's a tough way to give one up. You don't want to go down 2 men, but that's what Peoria is doing. No,
Jeff Batters took a real bad penalty, especially when he came all across to the far boards to do it. Certainly a big chance for Cleveland, but something that you never want to do. You get into a 5-on-3 situation, you're not in good. I guess Hollinger takes a penalty. I thought it was Batters that came across, but Hollinger takes a bad penalty, and I'm sure that Paul McLean's not too happy about that, which gives Cleveland an excellent chance to get on the board. In fact, they got almost a full minute to get one of these goals and get that 1-goal advantage.
That's how they scored on the power play. Twice last night on 5-on-3 opportunities. A lot of open ice. Theoretically, 2 open men. At the point, Heward. Carabin holding it, wristing it in wide. Off the netting, it's still loose. Play is alive. Mikhailuk behind the net. Backhander in front, it's still loose. Mikhailuk was digging for that loose puck, couldn't get it. Along the boards, and Peoria will clear it out. Tough job for these penalty killers. Hoover is one of them, but he's going to the bench quickly.
Excellent job by Hoover to get it down.
Veach is out there trying to kill it, along with Peon. And Chapelday along the boards. Behind the net it goes. Chapelday. This is his first shift out there along the right side. Here's Patterson. Ed Patterson looking to center it out. Patterson behind the net. Checked along the far boards. Peoria doing a great job. 5-on-3 down. Taken away now by Mikhailuk in the corner. Carabin tees it up. Gloved by the quick hand that time of Jeff Sargent. 5 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. And then it will be a 1-man advantage for 1:04, assuming, of course, that Cleveland doesn't score here. There's Carabin. Ladislav Carabin, he's from Czechoslovakia. 14 assists, as we told you. That's almost an assist per game. Only 30 shots on goal. And 1 goal to his credit. He's only getting about 2 shots per game. They may like him to shoot a little bit more. He scored goals in previous games. In the Czech league he played in, he scored 21 in 44 games. So pretty much a goal every 2 games. Rivermen penalty box. Pellerin and Hollinger. That's Hollinger sitting. Pellerin will be out in 5. Face off to the right side of Jeff Sargent. Ready for the draw with Black. Loose puck. Dug out left point. Andrusak shooting it. It was tipped wide. The penalty's over on Pellerin. Now it's 5-on-4. Now less than a minute to go on the power play. Andrusak holding it. 55-footer is up high, tip, rebound was put over the bar by Toropchenko. In the corner, Duberman can't dig it free, it's still loose. Toropchenko holding, trying to send it in short side, no angle there, and it comes all the way out of the zone into the neutral ice. Carabin from Andrusak, dumped in. There's a delayed offside, now waved off. Rivermen, oh, great clear. Right down the middle, Darren Veach, the veteran, found open ice, and Dobson had to make a play on it. Behind the net it goes. They're showing 9 shots to 7 in favor of Peoria in this first period of play. Less than 30 seconds to go now in this period. Even less on a man advantage. Neutral ice, Lumberjacks. Carabin sends it in. Oh, Sargent looked like he lost his balance. Peon lost his balance as well, but he's able to clear it down the length of the ice. A good way for Peoria to end this period if they can kill off that 2-man power play. They've done well to this point, and now they've killed it. 5 seconds left in the period. All the way back, and Sargent will leave it behind his own net. Slapped around the boards by the Rivermen as the horn sounds. Ending play in this opening period of play. Well, we saw a lot of power plays in this first period, but we didn't see any goals. And speaking of goals, a guy who has scored a ton of goals will be Bernie Fedorko's guest coming up shortly. We're speaking about Dave Mikhailuk. When we come back from commercial break, it'll be 2 great goal scorers talking to one another. Bernie Fedorko and Dave Mikhailuk. You're watching the IHL on Prime Network. Great coaches, the late Bob Johnson and Scotty Bowman. As we look at Dobson, 3.45 coming into the game, 9 saves tonight.
Not a big night for him yet. Obviously no goals, so he's doing his job. Paul McLean, again, one of the finer gentlemen you'll ever meet. Happy-go-lucky, comes from the Maritime provinces, likes to have a good time, and is really good with the guys. That's what I alluded to before. When you score 4 or more goals, 11-3-2 for the Rivermen, 9-2-2 for the Lumberjacks. And again, both teams, when they score the first goal, have winning records. Who's going to get it? Second period is underway from Richfield, Ohio. Pellerin on the right side. It's going to be kept in. Now as it comes out, linesman had the delay on, and now it's taken off. Rivermen in blue, coming back up ice. Prokhorov. That would have been an offside too. Pellerin was in over the line and got back out. Behind the net, Paul Dick looking to pass it for Carpet. Intercepted. Monjo tried to center it, and in front it's covered up. Dobson making the play. I think we're going to see a much better period this period. I think the guys are a little more relaxed. They've got their legs. Hopefully the ice is going to feel a little more stable for them this period. Here's a giveaway and a good chance off a stick, and that almost ends up in the net. And Dobson had to be sharp on it. You got to be watching as a goalie. You can't stand there and just kind of start daydreaming. If he wouldn't have been watching, paying attention, he would have been in trouble.
This guy's got a 5-year contract in the IHL, American Hockey League, any league outside of the NHL. That was unheard of before, but not anymore.
Absolutely, and he's earned himself a great spot there. He's had a chance with Tampa Bay last year. Didn't do much with it, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But I'm sure it's going to work out well for him in Peoria.
Off the boards on the left wing side, Mikhailuk was looking for it. Sent back in. Tamer lets it go for Andrusak. Greg Andrusak sent down along with Ed Patterson by the Penguins. This one was going to be an icing, but waved off. Picked up behind the net. Rivermen take it out. Batters coming back, just back off of an injury. Sends it in off the boards. Center and then Dobson sticked it away, but it's still loose behind the cage. 4 players battle. The glass shakes along the near side. Here's Mikhailuk clearing it out all the way back into the Rivermen end. Pion taking it. Pion leads his team with 15 assists. Number 25 for the Rivermen. Evans ducked under a check, did it well. Here's Pion. Pion takes it to the right corner. Behind the net, trying to center it in the slot, clear it away. Not yet out of the zone though by Callender. He'll get another crack. Jock Callender, 952 IHL points coming into this one. Had a goal and a pair of assists last night in a win at Fort Wayne.
A very good offensive player, but I think he should be getting more credit for his defense because he's played very solid defensively.
Evans just getting up slowly and holding his face. I wonder if he got an inadvertent stick. It was away from the play. Yeah, I believe he got a stick. Only a stick could have done that.
Kevin Evans is no stranger to sticks in the face or fists in the face, so I'm sure it looks like he got a little cut under his eye, but that's part of the game of hockey. Unfortunately, the referee, the way the speed of the game is, he can't see everything that goes on out there, and I think Kevin is feeling a little robbed, and you can see he's got a cut above and below his eyes, which tells you that he did get the blade of a stick in the eye socket, so lucky to not lose an eye in something like that.
Playing on the same team for the first time as a pro with his brother Doug.
All-time International Hockey League penalty minute leader, which is a lot of penalty minutes too.
648 in 1 year, count them.
And we thought Daniel Shank's 395 was bad, or 495 last week.
Yeah, that pales in comparison. Behind the net, here's Hammerlich, obtained from waivers from the Hartford Whalers. Here's a shot in front, off the post on the left side. Should have been a goal for Jamie Black. Back the other way, the Rivermen bring it in over the line. Montgomery chased it. Right side, chapped the lane. Kicked away by Hawkins. Dumped back in behind Dobson. Hewitt chasing it. Pushed out by Montgomery to the point. Now off a deflection, it comes out of the zone. Chapped the lane. Backpedaling and then dumps it in. Behind the net. Picked up by Travis Thiessen. Around the boards, Hewitt. And now moved up. Coming through, Black over the line. On the off wing, trying to play it across. I think he thought that was a teammate there. Instead, it was Hoover. The Rivermen take it back. We've gone almost 3 minutes in this period. Still scoreless. Hammerlich sending it in. Dobson holding it. Now lets it go. Thiessen setting up behind the net. Left side for Paul Dick. Number 3. Leading it. He wanted Toropchenko, and it goes in too deep. Icing is the indication. That'll lead us to a break. It's still scoreless here in Richfield, Ohio. Peoria on the road in Cleveland. This is the IHL on Prime Network. Action continuing with Peoria and Cleveland. Scoreless second period.
And the best scoring chance there, that's why the goals are 4 by 6. Jeff Sargent got away with one. Black had a great shot from the slot, wasn't able to get it by. Hit the crossbar instead.
Far point, here's Veach shooting it, and a score! Off a deflection in front. Monjo may get credit for it. It was definitely tipped in front, and Peoria on the road get the first goal in the first break of the game.
Well, it never seems to fail. You get a good scoring chance at one end, and you don't score, and it comes right back the other way. Darren Veach, as we talked earlier, has a tremendous shot, and his job is to get it on the net. And here he does. All he does is takes a little wrist shot towards the net, and I think it went straight in. I don't know if it hit Monjo or not. From that angle, it looks like it went straight through and just kind of went through Dobson's pads and slid over the line. Here's the other angle from behind to see if he touched it. Monjo turns, and I don't know. I can't tell if he did deflect it or not.
On that replay, I didn't think he did. When I saw it live, I thought he did. We'll wait and see how the official scorer thinks or what the referee thought. Back in the neutral zone. In any event, Peoria has the game's first score, and that may open things up here.
I think it's going to have to now. Cleveland is behind, and we all know what the first goal stats are.
Here's a chance of the break. Monjo is going forward. He's been one of their hot players, too. Right side, Pellerin shooting it. A knuckleball as that was deflected. Picked up by Ed Patterson. Back the other way. Patterson over the center line, leading the rush for the Lumberjacks. Passing it on the right side. Karabin in the corner. 2 players there against him. Prokhorov was hooked down, and a penalty coming up on Andrusak. And in a sense, Cleveland had a chance to put pressure on, and they take a bad penalty.
Yes, you never want to take a penalty in the offensive zone, and that's exactly what was done here. Andrusak is, I think, maybe a little bit of a dive. Prokhorov made a real good play. He was out of position coming back to get the puck, and it's really kind of an innocent-looking play. Andrusak just reaches out and hooks him by the right arm, and the big dive, as they call it in hockey, and he's 2 minutes. Andrusak's in the box for 2 minutes and gives Peoria a chance to really take control of the game with the second goal.
You know, it's in the rule book. Andrusak will be off. It's in the rule book that you can penalize a player now for diving. I've not seen a referee call that, have you?
You know what? They're starting to call it a lot of times in the National Hockey League right now. They don't like it. It makes the referees look like fools, which they don't want to happen. So it's a tough call a lot of times, and it makes it very difficult to referee like that.
Whether he dove or not, the biggest diver, at least according to reputation years ago, was Bill Barber of the Flyers.
There's quite a few guys that can do that, and he was one of the best. I'm not going to argue with you there.
You got all the credit. Here's Veach on the right side. Power play on for Peoria. We're still waiting for them to give us the official scoring of that last goal. 1-0. Rivermen are leading it. Lumberjacks trying to wake up with that hit. Doug Evans out at the left point. Hollinger to Veach. Veach quarterbacking here. Now it's knocked down by the gloved hand of Tamer. Getting it up for Hawkins. Hawkins against Hollinger. Lumberjacks trying to kill some time. It was intended for Grant Block. Rivermen take it back. Peon's pass. Across the line they come. Doug Evans sending it in behind the net. Hits off the cage. It's still loose. Playable. Sent by Tamer. Can't clear it out. Hollinger kept it in. Back at the left point. Hollinger's shot. Blocked in front. Tamer just barely cleared it out.
Tamer's played very well again tonight. And another kid, just a first-year rookie out of the University of Michigan, who played for one of my ex-teammates and ex-coaches, Red Berenson, over doing a great job at the University of Michigan.
Along the boards it goes, behind the net. Montgomery trying to set up shot. Centers it out to the left point. Kept alive there. That was Steos. Now right side, a big shot tipped wide in front. Looked like Thiessen may have got a stick on it. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Rivermen. They try to play it across. They get a good break there. Hollinger will keep it alive. Doug Evans holding on his off wing at the right circle. 1-0. Rivermen lead it. It's deflected away. Here's Patterson, shorthanded. Lumberjacks take it over the line. Patterson on the forehand. The wrister is sticked away by Sargent. Patterson did well to disguise that shot. I thought he was going to pass it across. Lumberjacks will have killed off their 23rd consecutive man advantage. They're at full strength now as Hoover shoots in wide behind the netting. Knocked away. Montgomery couldn't clear it out. And there'll be a face-off coming up. So Peoria doesn't score there on the power play, but on a goal scored a few moments ago, they lead it 1-0 over Cleveland. Where we're located in between the cities of Cleveland and Akron. The last year for the Lumberjacks and hockey in general in this building. Next year it's the new arena at Gateway Center. It'll seat about 20,000. It's going to be a great new building.
State of the art.
And it'll join the new baseball stadium that Cleveland will have. This is a city on the move. Veach along the boards. That last goal was Monjo's at 3:18. On the replay, it didn't look like he touched it, but when I saw it live, I was sure he did. They give it to Monjo. We didn't get any assists on it, but Veach had to get one.
For sure, yes.
Puck is dumped in behind Dobson. 13:09 remaining. Second period. Lumberjacks here at home. Big game for them. Concert, too, after the game. Steve Warner, who's had about 9 #1 hits in the country chart. A ticket to this game gives you a free ticket for the concert, but the snow will keep some people away. 6 to 8 inches outside when last we looked. Offside called on Peoria. I'm almost afraid to look outside because it was still snowing as we came in. Our next telecast is going to be something, well, you may want to roll the dice with us and join us. We're going to Vegas on New Year's Eve. Have you ever been there on New Year's Eve?
No, I haven't, but I've spent worse places in Vegas on New Year's Eve. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Not sure if we can share those stories. Brian Dobbin, who has been leading the IHL, he's been one of the top scorers all year, leads Milwaukee. Ruddock Bonk, the 17-year-old sensation who could be the #1 draft choice in the entire NHL next year, is with Las Vegas. I'm looking forward to watching him play.
So am I. 17 years old, 6'4", and tremendously talented. And I talked to Paul McLean, the coach of Peoria today, and he got 4 goals against Peoria last week. So he's got some talent. He scored the last one with 0.5 seconds left on the clock, the game winner to win 7-6. So.
By the way, Milwaukee's leading the entire league with 119 goals scored. Here's Pellerin centering it. Blocked, and Dobson never saw it. So he gets a break there. Carpin falling down at his own end. Pellerin's been a workhorse. Forget the 3 games in 3 nights. He's been going from the opening faceoff. Behind the net, Hewitt picks it up. Still a 1-0 lead for Peoria on the goal by Monjo. It's his 9th of the season. And there'll be plenty more to come from him. Here's Monjo. Head manning it. Prokhorov against Hewitt. A wrist shot glove by Dobson. And he's able to hold on there, and why not with Monjo on the doorstep?
Well, you know, hockey is so streaky. Monjo was having some trouble putting the puck in the net. He was struggling a little bit. Last night he scored 2 power play goals. And here he is scoring another one, and he almost had a chance to score another one that Dobson made a big save on. But he is going to be our second period guest, and we're going to talk about a little bit about his 5-year contract. We're going to talk about a little bit about the struggle that he's had off the start of the year scoring some goals, but I think he's really turning it around right now.
I know one reason why he signed a 5-year contract. He started out last year with Tampa, then they traded him to Quebec, then he played in Milwaukee, he played in Halifax. He was a walking road map, the poor guy, for a guy that has that ability. 4 different places.
But he probably bought new laundry everywhere he went, so he's got a whole new wardrobe.
That's the bright side. Behind the net, Sargent almost got caught. May still get caught. He's back in there now. Along the boards, Hawkins centering it out, left point shot, deflected wide. Here's a chance, shot, save, and it's loose. And let's see. The light's not come on yet. The referee was pointing, I believe, toward a goal. Toropchenko, I believe, will get it. Finally, the red light goes on. He was pointing, but I was waiting for the red light, but the referee pointed, and I believe Toropchenko was tied it.
I think so. Cronenberg was pointing right off the start, and the light did not come on until now, which is really unusual when you're in the home building and the home team you're supposed to turn the light on. But there's a shot from the point by Dagenet. You're going to see here Black just turns around. He doesn't able to get, but Toropchenko gets a shot that I don't know if Black was able to push by into the net. Maybe from behind the net, if we can get an angle from behind the net, we might see if it went in before, but referee Cronenberg was pointing the whole time that it was in the goal, so I don't know who they're going to give it to, but it's either Toropchenko or it's going to be Black on the rebound, and he poked it by underneath Sargent.
Well, the red light came on, but you saw it maybe about, it seemed like 10 seconds after the referee kept pointing, but he was right behind the net. He had a good position, the referee did. I don't know why the goal judge couldn't see it, or maybe something was wrong with the mechanism, but certainly the referee was in great position.
Well, the referee was in much better position, and he does have the final decision. You know, you're sitting behind the glass, the goal judge. It's hard for them to get a good look, and Cronenberg was right on the spot, and the game is tied. Whether they like it or not, Peoria, it's tied.
Toropchenko, if he gets credit for it, Dagenet would get the assist. If not, you'd probably see Toropchenko and Dagenet assisting on Black's goal. They always tell you, though, good things will happen when you charge the net, and that's what Black was doing anyway, whether it was in before it or not. In the right corner, it's tied at 1 now. A hit by Hawkins, connecting. Right point, kept alive by Dick, and now intercepted. Doug Evans moving it up. Peon knocking it behind the net. Evans trying to center it out. Riverman getting it back. Played across, intended for Staios or Doug Evans. Who wants it? Now swept back in by the Rivermen. 11 minutes to go. Second period, and now Kevin Evans with a hit. Back up on the left wing side. Black directs it in on Sargent. Picked up by Beach. Lumberjacks completing their change up on the fly. Calendar's line coming on now. Calendar on along with Mikhailuk. And on that whistle, going to be brought back on the icing. Jeff Batters just coming back after being injured, playing well. This is only his 8th game with Peoria, who are tied right now with Cleveland, 1 each. We come back to Richfield, Ohio. They've just announced that Jamie Black was given credit for that goal that tied it up. So when he did charge the net, he must have made some contact as it goes all the way deep the other end. Sargent fires it around the boards. 10:25 left in the second period. It's tied at 1. Riverman got the goal by Monjo at 3:18, and at 8:11, Jamie Black. Mackey will clear it out. For Jamie Black, it's his 6th goal of the year. Icing again.
Well, Jamie Black, I think, deserved the goal. He's been one of the spark plugs. He's trying to get this team going right now, and he's been hustling all over. 21 years old. I guess he's three games and 3 nights doesn't affect his legs, his young legs at all. And he's been a little pistol out there. He's been going back and forth to trying to make something happen, and he made something happen. He went to the net. That's what they always say to you. If you're struggling, if you want to score goals, you got to go to the net. And if you don't go to the net, you're not going to score goals, and he certainly proved it there. Now, whether or not it was a late whistle, we couldn't tell from up here, but as we said, Cronenberg was on the spot. He was watching. I think Jeff Sargent right now putting his plea into referee Cronenberg, trying to say, hey, I think I had that puck, but the scoreboard says 1-1. Jeff Sargent's going to have nothing to say.
Face-off will be to Sargent's right side. Sargent played well in the first meeting between these two teams. Gave up 3 goals. One was into an empty net. Cleveland won that game 3-1. Won the other one by a bigger, more lopsided 8-4 game. Apparently there's a firework upstairs, up above where the linesman is looking, up in the walkway, and they've extinguished it. Well, I don't know who brought fireworks and why they're up there, unless it has something to do with the Steve Warner concert after the game.
No, actually, they actually put fireworks off when they scored that goal.
From up there?
If we're up there, they set up fireworks. It's like, I guess, like a home run in baseball. When you hit a home run, the fireworks go off. They do it inside here because when the referee pointed and that light went on, I noticed a firework from the top of my my eyes here that came out. So it must be the new wave. What to do when you score a goal?
I don't like it because I think they have to call the fire department. There's going to be a short delay. When we come back, we'll have the game restarted for you. It's tied at 1. Flash of Prokhorov. Off the draw, Peoria getting it. The #1 rated power play in the IHL. Hollinger to Veach. Veach holding. Hollinger shot tipped wide. Halloran got a piece of it. Blocked in the corner by Paul Dick. Halloran digs it out. They set up along the near side for Mackey. Right pointed comes Veach. 1:38 remaining on the man advantage. Veach the shot. Oh, what a good glove save by Dobson. Good thing Mongeau is right in the doorstep.
In fact, three of the Peoria Rivermen in front of the net. Mackey and Mongeau standing real close to the net, and Pellerin a little back waiting for the rebound. But here it is, Veach again, the shot from the point. Everybody's going to the front of the net. That's how you score goals. If you want to score, you got to go to the net, and all 3 of them are going, and Dobson comes up with a big save, because if you let this rebound go, there it is, Mongeau on the doorstep, ready to bang it in. Mackey coming in right there.
Cleveland has killed off 22 straight power plays. Rob Dobson, one of the many reasons for it. Was the main reason there.
22 saves tonight, and doing a real fine job.
Off the draw, Veach. Left side, here's Hollinger bearing in, going behind the net, trying to center it in front, cleared out by Paul Dick.
One of the reasons Peoria has been able to get set up is they've been able to get control of these faceoffs, and that's very important. Faceoffs are so important, and they've been winning them.
Pellerin's going to the box for slashing. It was off the puck. I don't know if you saw it, but I was surprised by the whistle. Pellerin's already sitting down. 2 minutes for slashing. That'll even things up.
I didn't see it at all, but it was behind the play, and they shot the puck down, and that's something that really give coaches gray hair. You don't want to take a penalty when you're on the power play. Now we're at 4-on-4. It's something that you're trying to avoid. Now here's a perfect opportunity to take the lead, and a stupid penalty, and that's what it is. That's what you call a selfish penalty. When you slash someone, you got to take it, get his number. If he did something, you get his number, get him back a little later, and that's not a good time to take a penalty.
17:03, Pellerin for slashing. The only one that saw was Dave Cronenberg, but he never hesitated. Referees have to have eyes in the back of their head, because that one definitely happened away from the play, off the puck. Now back the other way. 4-on-4 for a while now, for a minute 13. And then there'll be, if my math is correct, about a 30-something second power play for the Lumberjacks. Andrusak leaves it off. Coming through, the shot blocked, and it's loose off Callender. Callender made the big shot. It was a nice save in front, and it's coming all the way down the other end. Over the line, Peoria moving it off. Mongeau from Prokhorov, who's all right after that slash he took from Duberman. From the point, Stales shooting it in wide of goal. A lot of open ice here, and they've got the veterans out there, not the speed burners. Callender and Mikhailuk, but the snipers, if you will. Here's Callender. Bringing it in over the line, 3-on-2. Mikhailuk brings it into the deep slot, trying to play it in front, and Callender had already gone down. Probably fell on his own right in front of the goaltender, Sargent.
Well, he was going to the net, and I think he thought Mikhailuk was going to take the shot. He kept going to the net, and he slipped and fell and just slid into the goaltender. But here he is. It's his drop pass. It looks like Mikhailuk is going to drop the pass, and then he looks like he's going to just trips over the skate of Steve Steos and just falls into a Sargent, and there's nothing he could do there. But they're going to the net, and I think that's where you're going to score. I mean, they don't want to go to a shootout. We mentioned that. They've still got plenty of time. There's still 2 minutes left in this period, but they've got to continue to go to the goal. If you go to the net, you're going to get some breaks, you're going to get some bounces, and you're going to score some goals.
Off the draw, Carabin. Taken out at the left point, snapped in by Hewitt. Behind the cage it goes. Carpin was digging for it. It's cleared out by Peoria. In 22 seconds, Cleveland will get a man advantage for only a short time. Brought back, and we've got another one. A holding penalty. What's going on here? We jinxed everybody by putting up that graphic that said they were 2 of the least penalized teams in the IHL.
And they're not good penalties. They're, as we said earlier, they're selfish penalties. When you're taking them away from the play, you're doing some things that you shouldn't be doing. That's what Ron Hoover did. He grabbed the hold of a jersey and interfered and grabbed the hold, and you can't do that. And here's another perfect opportunity for the Lumberjacks to take a lead. They got a 4-on-3. You can't do this. Here's Hoover's holding on his stick. You grab a hold of the player's stick, you can't do that. And that's exactly what he did. He grabbed a hold of Jamie Hewitt's stick, and he's going to go to the box. And if you're going to do that, you can't do that in front of the referee. You can cheat, but that's cheating stupidly.
Well, right now it's 4-on-3. 16 seconds left on 1 penalty for Duberman, and then he would come out. Right now, Peoria had a man advantage situation. Now they're going to be 2 men down. Talk about turning the tables. Here's Batters. Duberman standing up, ready to come out. Be a 2-man advantage for about 38 seconds here. Here we go. Duberman's on. Carabin lost it. Got it back. Carabin open. To the right circle. Patterson shot. Rebound. Callender couldn't get a shot away. Batters did a great job beside him. Kept in. Andrusak, center point. 20 seconds of the 2-man power play. Right circle it comes. Oh, mishandle on that far side. Here's a break the other way. Short-handed. Coming back. Pion shooting it. Stick save by Dobson. How many times do you see that? A breakaway, and it's 5-on-3, and you're down.
Very rare.
Mikhailuk coming back. 1-man advantage now for 1:06. Callender looking to pass it across, and it was just thrown for it. It was tied up in the jersey of Batters. Another delayed penalty. Uh-oh.
Again, here, as soon as they see it, they got to give it to Peoria and try to get, you want to whistle as quick as you can.
There you go. And they've got Batters. He had the puck tied up in his jersey and then just threw it. Caught it, fired it down ice.
Very questionable call. He's going to call him for closing his hand on the puck, and there's no question he did. He had to hold it in his jersey. He should have just held it and went down, but what he did is he grabbed it with his hand, and he grabbed it like a baseball and tossed it, and he's getting called for delay of game.
We'll chalk up another one, but now it's back to the 2-man advantage for another 49 seconds.
Another call that doesn't get called very often, but it's a very stupid penalty to take. And again, you can't do that, especially when you got under a minute to go in the period. Get it down. You don't want to close your hand on the puck. You got to bat it, do whatever you can, or just even freeze it. But as soon as he closed his hand on it, he was in big trouble.
This is a game begging for someone to take charge. Cleveland obviously could do it on the power play. If Peoria shuts them down, you think they've got momentum, but then we've seen that before, and then they don't get it. So it's a hard one to figure. All right, off the draw, it's taken away. Carabin over the line, top of the left circle, he goes down. That's a delay of game call. Closing his hand on the puck and then firing it down ice. The call made by Cronenberg, the referee. It's loose in the slot. Dug out, and Peoria clears it. Less than 18 seconds to go in this period. So the 2-man advantage will continue into the next period. Bernie Federico on his way downstairs. His in-between periods guest will be Michel Mongeau. Here's Callender. 6 seconds left. Top of the circle, shot, sticked away. Near circle shot, Patterson off the glove, rebound off the side of the net as the horn sounds, ending play in a very spirited second period. what a period it was. We had delays from the fireworks that caused some debris to fall on the ice, and we saw a lot of penalties. And who knows what we'll see. We haven't seen a lot of goals. It's still 1-1 after 2 here in Richfield. Because they've done so horribly in those shootouts.
Well, it's a big period for the Cleveland Lumberjacks. They do not want to go in a shootout, and I think that's in the back of their minds, but they got a perfect opportunity now to score the power play and win this game, at least take the lead for now.
They're 0 for 3 on the power play tonight, or 0 for 5, I'm sorry. 0 for 4 is Peoria. Third period's underway, another 5 seconds on the two-man advantage. Over the line, Andrusak. Now it's 5 on 4. Here's Andrusak holding. Still at the right circle. Man advantage for the Lumberjacks. Mikhailuk back to Andrusak. Mikhailuk with a backhand feed. Here's Ed Patterson centering it. It's tipped. Nice save by Sargent off Calendar. And the bad pass the other way from Carabin. Everybody has to clear the zone. 49 seconds left. Power play still on. Cleveland. Patterson free shot circle. Shot wide. Oh, he had a great angle too. Kept alive by Mikhailuk. His backhand pass was blocked, but Carabin keeps it alive. His backhander is blocked. Mikhailuk taking over. 33 seconds of the power play. Centers in front and save. Sargent blocking that one, and he had Patterson right on top of him. Dobson will lead at the other end. Time for one last rush. Cleveland's power play really killing them tonight. It's not helping them.
No, it certainly hasn't. They had plenty of opportunities, especially the 5-on-3s, and they have not been able to capitalize. And, you know, it seems never fails. If you don't score on the 5-on-3s when you get a chance, you end up normally losing the game.
Along the boards it comes. That was the third time. It wasn't 2 complete minutes on any of the 5-on-3s, but certainly a significant time to score.
Plenty of time.
Along the boards, it clears the zone. Beeson with a poke check. Neutral ice, Toropchenko. Well, I guess the fitter team is probably going to win this one here. I think both teams want it, but who's got the energy left as this one is going to go down for icing? They can shorten up the shifts and do all that, but it seems like the better legs will win this one here.
Well, I think they're going to try to, you know, look for a break. One team needs a break, and that's what's going to happen before the end of this game.
We get a break, you and I, because we're going to Las Vegas on New Year's Eve. Milwaukee and Las Vegas. You'll see a lot of great offensive stars in that game. You can celebrate New Year's Eve with us here on Prime Network. Milwaukee, right now, the leading goal-scoring team in the entire IHL. Of course, Vegas, led by the 17-year-old sensation, Ruddick Bunk.
A couple of independent teams, so you're going to see a lot of talent in both those teams.
And a short rink, too. Thomas and Mack Center, where the UNLV Rebels play. And I mean, that rink is short. So you'll see some breakaways. Tune in New Year's Eve.
Maybe Jerry Tarkanian will be sitting with us.
He did some commercials, you know, for the hockey team.
Yes, he did.
One of the most popular guys in all of Vegas. Here's Steos behind the net. It trickles in front. Still loose, and now pushed up to Mackey. He can't clear the zone. Now he does with that second effort. Right side boards it comes. Hawkins deflected away to the far side. Black in the corner. He and Beach are the goal scorers. 1-1 here in the third period. Dug out to Hawkins. Todd Hawkins giving it across. Right side, Hewitt the shot. Saved in front by Sargent. Hewitt again with a backhander, but now it's blocked, and here comes Hoover up for Mackey. Mackey trying to split 2. Deep it goes into the Lumberjack zone for Hewitt. He had a great chance to score. Hoover behind the net with Mackey. Montgomery trying to circle his way and find room in the slot. Out to Hollinger. Pass is deflected to the far side. Patterson tries to go the other way with it. It was blocked behind the cage. Rivermen battle for it. They lose it. Patterson, that was a dangerous move, but he got away with it. Especially if your legs are tied, but he's going good now. He's flying. Patterson drops it back for Hawkins. Good control, save. Sargent, rebound. Oh, Carpin paid the price. That's a tough one to rebound home. He had to try and lift it, and the goalkeeper had it all blocked.
Well, for the moment, that's the save of the game right now. It was tremendous. Actually, 3 saves that Jeff Sargent made. And again, that's what Cleveland is doing. They're going to the net. They're getting some shots away. And here's a well set up play. And it's going to be a good shot right from in front, right from the slot. Something that you want to avoid. And here's a rebound comes out. And Carpin goes to the net and gets it. And Sargent's able to keep it out of the net.
Where did Patterson get those legs? I thought he was tired like everyone else.
Well, he made a good play. He wound up behind his net, and he did make a couple of bad plays to come out of his zone. But once he gets some speed, he got it, and he got it in the front of the net. And that's what you want to do. If you can get it to the front of the net, you got a chance of scoring.
Linesman blowing the whistle from the opposite end. And Mongeau is waved out of the circle. Pellerin will take this draw. Won by Cleveland. Dick shooting it. Had save made. It's loose. And it's cleared out to Prokhorov. 13 goals. He leads Peoria this year. 5 on the power play. Lumberjacks take it back. Pass from Dagenet. All the way across ice. The offside was waved off. It's cleared the other end. Prokhorov chasing it. Centering it. It's loose in front. And the play was made by Dobson. Shot taken. Off balance. Goes wide of goal. Pellerin didn't get good wood on it. Lumberjacks take it out. 16-18 left in the third. Tied at 1. Lead pass coming through. Carpin. The shot, and he missed it. Had a great angle. From the point, Carabin, and it's gloved by Sargent. Carpin right there on the doorstep. One thing about Carpin, he's getting in great position for Cleveland, but it's still a 1-1 tie. 16:09 left in the third. This is the IHL and Prime Network tied at 1. Peoria with a puck. Going against the Cleveland Lumberjacks with Bernie Federko. I'm John Paul Della Camera. Will we see a shootout tonight? Stick around. In another 16 minutes or so, at least on game clock, we'll have the answer. Played across. Andrusuk can't get it. Evans pass. Finds his mark. Brother Kevin. Now Doug Evans checked by Andrusuk. Kick free. Kevin Evans trying to center it. Gets it to the right circle. Drop back towards Evans, but it's cleared out in the backhand feed. Duberman leading the rush for Cleveland. Helped away from him. Kevin Evans gave it up. Callender over the line, onside. Jock Callender stays with it. Took a hit in the process. And now it's cleared out by Peoria. Shot back in by Tamer. Chris Tamer cleared it around the boards. Flipped out by the Rivermen. Callender after it. Kevin Evans tried to duck down to avoid the check, but Tamer got him. A lot of reaching right now. You can see players are very tired.
Well, this is the kind of game that you can't stick handle. You got to dump it in and chase it.
Here's Tamer dropping it back. Toropchenko can't get to it, and now it's cleared. Up ice, Ron Hoover took a quick look for help, none coming, so he fires it, and it goes up high. Looked like it was deflected, so the faceoff should be inside the attacking zone of Cleveland. What are some of the signs that you could see when a player's tired? Is that one of them where we saw Callender just kind of reaching instead of taking that extra stride?
They don't have that extra stride right now. It's just not inside them. So what they're doing is someone's just trying to win this game all by himself. They're, instead of trying to use teamwork, dump it in, get 2 guys forechecking, pick up the puck and try to get a guy loose in the slot. They're all trying to stick handles with the whole team. And the way the ice is right now, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to do it together or you're not going to do it at all.
Montgomery won the draw, but Stales couldn't keep it in. Now it's an offside. It's unfortunate with the scheduling, but you see this in the NHL as well, the 3 games in 3 nights, because these are 2 good teams, and we're not seeing them at their best.
No, it's unfortunate, but you know, it's the name of the game is to try to win, and you got to win at all costs. And both these teams are showing a lot of guts. They both want to win, and they're doing a great job. No one's giving in.
Off the draw, Lumberjacks banging off the glass, brought back in by Peoria. Right side, it comes to Hewitt, giving it back to Thiessen. Black's pass finds Toropchenko. Now to the right side, they're going to call an offside on Hawkins. Number 10 in white, Todd Hawkins from Kingston, Ontario. 21 goals in the AHL last year with St. John's, 30 a couple of years ago. So he can snipe, he can find the back of the net. He's got 8 goals this year and 14 points.
He's a hard worker, and that's what you want in games like this. Right now, the game's one apiece. You need to get the guys that got a lot of guts, and he's a guy that's given it all, and he's going to continue going for the rest of the game. So I don't think they know what the word tired means.
After the game, I think they'll have that answer. There's Hawkins on the bench. Lumberjacks and Rivermen, 1-1. 14.5 remaining in the third period. Puck is dumped in all the way around the boards behind Dobson. Poke checked out, left circle shot, and partially fanning on it was Prokhorov, but I think the net was dislodged. Apparently that's what happened. The net was dislodged behind Dobson, so there'll be a face-off coming up to Dobson's right side.
Almost a good chance there for a shot. If the net wouldn't have been dislodged, Prokhorov was in good position here. He's going back, he's charging the net. Let's see who knocked this off. Oh, interesting. I don't know if that was shoved off by maybe Dobson did it from the other side. It's hard to tell from that angle.
Here's Dobson's angle, draw to his right. Taken over by number 3, Paul Dick. And it's cleared out. No icing. Hit off a Riverman stick. Sargent off the boards. Still tied at 1. Approaching 14 minutes left. Here in this third period. Good check along the boards by Dagenet. Both players now going down. And now they're holding on to one another. Puck behind the net. Dug out. Carabin. He had a pair of assists last night in the win over Fort Wayne on the road. Rivermen bringing it back. Lumberjacks with it. They've won 4 out of the last 7, and the 3 losses were all in the shootout. Off the boards it comes. Cleared out by Sargent. Meanwhile, this Rivermen team have won 8 of their last 11. They dropped 2 in a row, uncharacteristic for them at home. And then they won in their last game last night, 9-2, a blitz over Indianapolis. Richfield Coliseum, Richfield, Ohio. That's the place somewhere between Akron and Cleveland. Last year for hockey in this building. Next year, it's the new Gateway, or the arena at Gateway as they're calling it. We'll seat about 20,000, a first-class facility. The Cavaliers also moving to downtown. They're taking it out of the suburbs and back downtown where hockey used to thrive in the old Cleveland arena. 1-1 here. Here's Peoria centering it up, a skate and a score in front. That should be Doug Evans' goal, the go-ahead goal for the Rivermen.
Tremendously set up goal here. Rich Peon does all the work and Dougie Evans gets all the glory. Started out as a simple play, but as always, it ends up in the net. It's a good goal, and I'm sure that Paul McLean's sitting a little bit easier on the bench right now. Rich Peon just goes down the side wings. He gets past Tamer and just throws the puck into the slot, and that's where Dougie Evans is where he's supposed to go. He's going to the net, right in the crease, and he deflects it through the legs of Dobson.
They had 2 guys there on him, too.
Yes, it was well checked, but Dougie's a strong, feisty guy, as we talked earlier. He went to the net, and he was able to deflect it in between Dobson's pads.
At 5'9", 185, Doug Evans played big there against 2 defensemen in front. Got it home for the go-ahead goal. So now it's a 2-1 lead for Peoria. Cleveland may have to open things up a little bit here. Along the near boards. In the corner it goes. Rivermen get it back at the circle. Looking into the corner. Battle for it there. 27 is Mark Basson. Right circle pass was blocked. In the corner, Rivermen still controlling. Kevin Evans trying to come out in front. Loose puck in the slot. Swung out by Duberman. Brought back in, should be an offside. They're going to wave it off. Collected again by Kevin Evans. 12.5 left in the third. Lumberjacks now with a mission. They need one just to tie. Doug Evans, the go-ahead goal. From the center line, dumps it in. You may see a lot more of that. At least on one team side, Peoria's. Cleveland needing to move it up ice and get one. Here's Hewitt. Backhanding it in. Stales would take it around the boards. Shot taken was blocked. Black behind the net. Digs it out. Beach on him. Hawkins. Toropchenko. Left circle pass. They're looking for Hawkins in front. Never gets there. Swatted in. Kept alive. And now the Rivermen take it with Hoover. Giving it up. Mackey right side. There's Basson. Pulling it in. A shot and a score. Peoria will take a 3-1 lead. It's Montgomery. 23 getting it. Big goal for Jim Montgomery, and go back to what you were saying before, when you don't score in the 5-on-3, they've been burnt twice now.
A pretty goal. You're going to see as nice a move as you can see that Jim Montgomery makes after he takes the pass from Dave Mackey here at the blue line, and all he does is he hang on, delays, he gets the puck to the toe of his stick, pulls it back, lets the defenseman go by, and then just rifles a wrist shot past the blocker's side of Dobson. That's a pretty goal, and that's why the San Luis Blues drafted this kid. He can play. Beautiful goal. Pulled it back and just fired a shot to the far side, and that's a major league goal right there. Tremendous goal, and gives Peoria some real breathing room.
That's his 7th goal of the year. Paul McLean told you and I earlier he's been concerned about third period letdowns. So far, they've been playing well in the third.
Picture perfect.
Picked up on the near wing side. Hammerlick. McLean said it hasn't been really one thing that's gone wrong, but several things, and they've had some problems in goal as well in those third periods of games. It's 3-1 now. All of a sudden, Peoria has jumped out to a 2-goal lead on the road. I'm John Paul Della Camera. This is the IHL on Prime Network, and now Peoria is turning this into a good road show for them. Trying to continue their winning ways. They lead it 3-1. Here's Puckarov in the slot, leaves it off, and it's saved by Dobson, but there was a penalty. And we've got a slashing call. Referee Dave Cronenberg has got another penalty. And it looks like Pellerin may be the one going, well, let's see. No, this is going on Cleveland. And this is not what they need.
No, it's not, but there's an excellent scoring opportunity again. Prokhorov, Peoria has broken through the Lumberjack defense now, and they've had numerous opportunities. Another opportunity, Prokhorov to Pellerin, who had a real good chance of getting a great chance to score here. It was a big save by Dobson, but on the play, Mark Dagenais took the penalty, and he's going to get 2 minutes for slashing.
Peoria could really rip it open now with the power play. Monjo centering between Pellerin on the left side. On the right side, we've got Prokhorov. Steos and Beach will work the points. It's cleared down ice by the Lumberjacks, and Peoria is 0 for 4. That's 24 straight that the Lumberjacks penalty killers have done a great job on.
Yes, they have, but this is the time that the Lumberjacks are going to need a shorthanded goal. They haven't got one at home this year, and this would be a perfect opportunity for them.
Another penalty. Well, let's see. We've got a charging.
We've got a roughing penalty, I think, to Steve Steos. Now, I don't know where that came from. I didn't see that. That, again, behind the play. But, again, almost an even-up call. Maybe by the looks of the score.
Well, that's something that Paul McLean will be talking about at the end of the night, because that's twice tonight where they've had a power play, and then they've gone off and gotten a penalty on their own.
Well, it was interesting, JP, when I went downstairs to do the interview with Michel Mongeau, Paul McLean was standing out in the hall giving an earful to referee Dave Cronenberg. To get 1 5-on-3 in a game is lots, but to get 3, Paul McLean wasn't too happy about it, and he was letting everybody in the building know how displeased he was.
10:45 left in this one. Peoria leading it 3-1. They came in with a winning road record, 5-2-1. That's outstanding in any league to have a winning road record.
It's interesting, they've played 17 games at home and only 8 on the road. This is only their 9th road game, so they've got a long year ahead of them on the road.
You compare this to last year, they're 9 points ahead of their pace of a year ago after 25 games. Andrusak giving it up the other way. Now, 4 skaters aside. Better chance for Cleveland to score than before when they were shorthanded. But easier said than done. They haven't had a goal since 8:11 of the second period when Black scored. Dumped in now behind Sargent. Played up on the right side. Hoover lost it. Here's a chance. The shot by Callender was wide, and he had Sargent leaning. Cleared out now by Peoria. Backpedaling was Thiessen. Off the boards, Mikhailuk and Callender, the 2 great goal scorers, are on. Callender shot, glove in midair. Sargent, that was a quick glove.
Very nice.
Right side it comes. Hoover from center dumps in. Rivermen now will try to make a change, or at least change half of that foursome. They'll complete the rest of it as Mackey now skates off. Thiessen. Andrusak with Mikhailuk still on. Carabin also. Mikhailuk trying to slash through, and Carabin couldn't get a good shot away. Hollinger around the boards. Prokhorov looking. Carabin there as well. In 20 seconds, Cleveland will get their player out, and then they'll have a power play for what will be about 18 or so seconds. Not much more than that. Toropchenko taken down. The crowd wanted a penalty. Toropchenko may have helped that one along. That's a tough one.
I would say 9.5.
Well, it wasn't as tough as I thought. Back the other way, here's Carabin. Power play on now for 20 seconds. Right side circle, Toropchenko, nice move, wrist shot. Glove by Sargent. And he holds on to it. There'll be a face-off coming up with another 15 seconds left on the man advantage.
Everything was nice that Toropchenko did, except put it in the net. He makes a nice play here, Toropchenko, to just delay it a second, cut to the inside, and just flick the shot. Instead of trying to take another step and maybe get some wood on it and bury it in the back of the net, he just kind of flicked it, and it was an easy save for Jeff Sargent.
I thought he was going to go into the slot and go for the backhander.
These guys have got, these Europeans have got so much talent. They do things out there that really amaze me a lot of times. It's just every time you think that you have seen it all, they come up with one more move, and he's certainly one of those guys that does have a lot of talent.
Led Springfield of the American Hockey League in scoring last year with 61 points, 31 goals, 30 assists. All set for this draw. Calendar. 9 minutes straight remaining in the third period. And there's a big hill for the Lumberjacks now to climb. They need a score badly. 5 seconds up to the power play. They won't get one here with a man advantage.
Well, I think Paul McLean is very concerned, though. They've given up goals late in the game. And I think it's not over by any means.
He's certainly not going to light up victory cigars the way it has gone for him in the third period. Besides, he saw what fireworks can do in this building. We've already had 2 delays when fireworks were set off. Cleveland hasn't scored since then, so it was a bad omen as well. The right side, offside indicated, and that's the call as soon as Carabin makes the touch. 3-1, Peoria on top. They're on the road. They have another 8:21 to go. They'll try to hold on and pick up 2 big ones on the road. I'm John Paul Della Camera. We had a 1-1 game here in this third period. A 5-on-3 power play for Cleveland. They don't score, and instead Peoria takes over momentum and they score twice.
Well, they're in real control of this game now. As long as they don't start sitting back on their heels, they have to continue to dump the puck in and get it deep into the Cleveland zone.
Hollinger. Good pass from Mackey. Now on the right side. Hits his man. That's Hoover. Hoover tried to drop it back. He was wrecked by Tamer. Now Carpin moves it up on the left wing. Mikhailuk over the line. Try to drop it back. He has points in 21 of 25 games coming in. Talk about consistency. Mackey couldn't get to it. Now Patterson, who has a 6-game scoring streak on the line today. Andrusak had a 7-gamer coming in. Here's Greg Andrusak. Lets it fly from 65, high and hard off the glass it goes. Veach will pick it up. 7.5 minutes remaining in the third. Peoria leads it by a pair at 3-1. Veach, rink-length rush, drops it off, right side shot. Stopped by Dobson. Rebound all the way out to Carpenter. It's Pellerin who had taken that shot. On the right side, here's Patterson. Patterson trying to bring it back, and instead it's Monjo feeding Prokhorov. Bumped by Paul Dick into the boards. Prokhorov bounced off that check. Carpenter in there to help. 3 players battle, make it 4. Everybody joining the party. Now from the point, the shot, a skate save made by Dobson. In the slot, here's Prokhorov, and he couldn't get a good stick to that one. He had a little bit of time, but didn't get good wood.
No, Carpenter had good position on him, was able to stop him from taking a step forward to get some momentum into the shot. It was just a little easy shot that kind of rolled right into the goaltender. Here you can see that he just gets a little nudge onto his back of his glove, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything fancy, just kind of a little tug, and Prokhorov wasn't able to get a good shot away at all.
Carpenter had been playing for Muskegon in the Colonial Hockey League when he was recalled, and he's picked up 4 points in his first, or 3 points in his first 4 games. Rob Dobson, 26 saves tonight. He's been busy. Draw to his right, and off the draw, it's taken. Controlled. Paul Dick, number 3. Steinbach, Manitoba. Over the line comes Hawkins. Trying to leave it now, holds on. Played it off the stick of Sargent. Behind the cage it goes, around the boards. Rivermen can't clear out. A chance for Dick at the point. Right-handed shot. Blocked, it's loose, and we've got a player down. He may have been sticked up high. It's Hammerlick.
I think he got the puck. I think that slap shot hit him somewhere around the head area. He went down hard, and I think the referee was standing and made the right call. It looked like he was hurt pretty bad.
Lucky man to walk away. I don't know if it was the puck or a stick that came up high. We'll have a better look. But he lives to tell about it.
That's right. He went down hard.
I saw a black stick go up. I wasn't sure what hit him.
I don't know. You can't really tell. It's whatever hit him, he didn't like it. See if they can pick it up here. That was the puck. It was the puck. Deflected off maybe his own stick and hit him in the head. But that's why you wear helmets.
Martin Hammerlick. Earlier this year, Basson took an injury in the first game and had to have facial surgery. Missed about a month. As we look at Hammerlick, obtained on waivers from the Hartford Whalers. He played last year in Springfield in the AHL.
And I believe it's his brother that was the first pick overall down in Florida. Roman. Real hockey family.
Yeah, good things expected of Roman Hammerlick. Off the draw, Sargent. They almost just played that to the front. Now to the right side it comes. Less than 6.5 minutes remaining. Some of the fans here not hanging around for the Steve Warner concert, maybe scraping the snow off their cars. 6 to 8 inches were on the ground when we came in, and hopefully it stopped. This is the first real snowstorm, though, they've had here in Cleveland, and I think everybody's lucky. We're into December now. We haven't really had the bad weather.
Absolutely. It was a little scary coming in here this morning. Don't like when those planes' wings start flopping all over the place. If I wanted to come by helicopter, I had to come that way.
3-1 Peoria leading it. They'll be flying high on their way home if they can come away with a win here tonight. Right now, they're thinking more about defensive. Cleveland, the team needing to score, and they need 2 just to get into the position that they hate, the shootout. Along the boards, they fight for it. Toropchenko in there. 4 players battle. Caravan may have gotten a break. It looked like he tripped. Keown.
Well, you notice what Peoria's doing. It's every time that Cleveland's got 2 players, Peoria's got 3 there. They're just outworking them for the puck. They're just sending an extra guy in, and they want to win this game real bad. I think they've been probably heard too much of all the letdowns that they've had in the 3rd period, and they're playing a picture-perfect game right now. All they want to do is keep the puck in front of them, keep it away from Jeff Sargent. When they have to ice it, ice it. You got a 2-goal lead. You don't have to be fancy. You just don't want to sit on your heels and have the Cleveland team come inside the blue line and start taking slap shots from point-blank range on Jeff Sargent.
This doesn't look like the same team that was fatigued before, but a 2-goal lead can give you that juice back.
Absolutely. Their adrenaline is flowing again, and they should. I mean, they worked hard to get to this position. I'm sure they don't want to let it slip away, and I know that any time that you get into this situation, you have that fear in the back of your minds that if we just let down for half a minute or half a second or even half a shift, the puck could end up back in the net, and all of a sudden the momentum goes the other way, and you're on your heels again. So they're in good position to win this game. They're just going to have to keep forechecking and get the puck out of their end and get it in deep.
Face off to Sargent's right off the draw. Quick shot. Oh, Sargent was right there. Big test right off the face-off. Along the boards it goes. Kept alive by the Lumberjacks, and now it's cleared out. They'll get it back with Thiessen. Right side. Hewitt sent it in. Along the boards, a battle for it. Peoria's going to play smart. They can't afford to go into the penalty box. You'd think it'd be a matter of time before Cleveland would capitalize there. Here's Carabin. Behind the net. Checked along the boards by Hollinger. 4 players in there. Looking for a face-off. Puck still alive, and oh, Carabin was taken out by Hollinger, and then he took a swipe at him, and they let play continue. Carabin slow to get up. Hollinger staying right with him. Back the other way it comes. The referee needs 4 eyes in this one. Right side, controlled by the Rivermen. Centering pass hit the side of the netting. Bounce free. Basson couldn't get it. Now Montgomery behind the net. Along at the right point, Hammerlich kept it alive. Far side it goes. Heward. And now it's cleared into the neutral zone. One team has reloaded. They've gone back for more gasoline. The other team running on empty. That's Cleveland. Lead pass. All it takes is 1 goal to get him back in. Remember, they can always pull the goaltender, as this icing call will bring it all the way back to the other side, so that hill for Cleveland becomes steeper to climb. They're down by 2 with less than 5 minutes to go. Indoor stadium, it'll seat about 20,000. They're telling us it's state-of-the-art. Back to the old building, I guess. Here's Carpin shooting it wide. I still like this building, but they wanted the new building downtown in the right corner. 2 more players go for it. It's picked up by Monjo, and he clears it out. 4:20 left. Remember, these teams are each entitled to a timeout. Neither team has called one. We may see it before the night's over. Andrusak brought it in offside. 4:11 to go.
Well, as you said earlier, JP, it does get a lot higher, that mountain that they have to climb right now. They're looking at the clock. They become clock watchers. You know you need to get one early because you're down 2, and every time you come off a shift without scoring, you really, really feel bad about it. But Greg Andrusak has had a great year. It's interesting. He only had 1 point in the first, I guess 12 games or 11 games that he played. He went up to Pittsburgh and he came back, and he's been on a 6-game tear since, or 7-game tear. So amazing what a little National Hockey League experience will get you your adrenaline pumped.
Came back down here, he must have been all fired up watching pros like Larry Murphy at the back, who I would assume he probably admires. Righty shot, similar offensive defenseman.
Absolutely.
Back at center ice, dumped in by Paul Dick. Peoria getting it with Beach. Rivermen playing much smarter here in the 3rd period ever since they got that 2-goal lead. Not so much with a 1-goal lead, but that 2-goal lead really gave them some distance. Montgomery scored it. Big goal for the rookie. Here's Kevin Evans dumping it in. Dobson sticks it away. Black will pick it up. Down to 3:27. Cleveland down by a pair at home, 3-1. Showing right now no real signs of life, but you've got to credit Peoria for keeping them away. Sargent's pass intercepted. Lumberjacks play it right back, and a trickler. Sargent did it well to move that one away, and out of the zone it comes. And you see the quick changes by Peoria. They're playing it very smart.
Very poised right now. No state of panic. They had 2-goal lead. Hey, one shift at a time.
Back the other way. Here's Andrusak. Not a big rest did he get. Here's a quick shot off the post. Hawkins was robbed. Should have been a goal. Back the other end. There's a chance. Peoria with a shot that goes wide. Picked up the other way by Cleveland. Now it's end to end. Andrusak flipping it. Saved by Sargent, but there was a whistle. There was a delayed penalty, and it's going to be called now. Another roughing call. We'll check it out.
It's back behind the play. I think Jacques Callender was trying to get back into the play, and I think he got either hooked or roughed by Jim Montgomery, who's going to go to the box for 2 minutes. And I don't know what the call is, but a couple of good chances that Cleveland has just had, and a couple of dandy scoring opportunities. One went off the post, and another big save by Jeff Sargent. There it is. There's the call right there. Jim Montgomery pulling down Jacques Callender. And you can't do that, especially in a 3-1 game this late. The referee's looking for some clutch it and grab it, and he caught it.
Power play is on. This is the game right here, obviously. Cleveland's only chance to get back in will come on the power play. They still have Dobson in goal. They'll keep him in there for now with 2:34 remaining and a 2-minute power play schedule. Carabin, far side, Andrusak. Cleveland is 0 for 7 tonight on the power play. That's been a killer. Out at the left point. Andrusak lost it as he spun around, but Pion made him do that, and Pion will clear it out. All the way back down ice. Carabin will start from there. 2:12 left in the game, 1:36 on the power play. But Cleveland's down a pair. Here's Andrusak again, center line. Greg Andrusak, poke checked away. Here's a break. Coming through Basson to Hoover. Hoover, Basson, shot, save made at the short side. A beauty by Dobson to give his team whatever little life they have left. Otherwise, turn out the lights. Shot in deep now by the Lumberjacks. Behind Sargent, Batters picks it up, fires around the boards. Kept in by Callender. Has to wait. Someone was changing at the right point, and now just getting in was Dagenet. Callender, center point, Andrusak flipping it, blocked. It's loose, and now covered up. Sargent's been very sharp. Not many rebounds tonight.
Yes, he has, and it's really interesting to me is you see a Terry Hollinger and you see a Jeff Batters out there, 22 and 23 years old. That's a lot of confidence by the coaching staff and a couple of young kids. This is when a goalie always cheats. You got a 2-0 breakaway. Hoover, 9 times out of 10, the guy's going to pass, and that's exactly what Dobson was looking for, and he made the right call. It's almost a guess, but most guys aren't selfish, so you know that if he doesn't score and he shoots, he's going to go back to the bench, and all the guys are going to be on him as being a puck hog. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to pass, and he played it right, stuck out his left pad, and was able to make the stop.
Cleveland has called a timeout as we look from Dobson's view.
Nightmares right here, but he made the right guess, got his left pad out, and made the big save, and that would have been the icing on the cake. It would have been all over for Cleveland, but they still have a chance. They got 1 minute and 32 seconds left. They got plenty of time.
Well, as they talk it over during this timeout, we remind you that this telecast is a copyrighted production of the International Hockey League and Prime Network, and it is intended solely for our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or the use of this telecast without the written permission of the IHL is strictly forbidden. Well, what do you talk about right now, Bernie? You need 2 goals.
Well, you got to get 1 before you can get 2, and I think the biggest thing that Rick Patterson is telling them is let's get 1. Let's not worry about the clock. We've got plenty of time. They got 58 seconds left in this power play. They got the goalie on the bench. Absolutely, you got none to lose right now. What you want to do is the most important thing right now is this is a big face-off. Jacques Callender's got to win the face-off, and Callender's had a lot of trouble this tonight, and I think Pion has been really owned him a lot. So we'll see what happens.
Pion was going forward on that draw too. Maybe the element of surprise in the corner. Toropchenko, it's centered off the boards. It's coming all the way back to an empty net. Andrusak has the Jets on to just get the, Pion really made him pay. Pion did a great job. Played up ice. Pion broke his stick in the process, so dropped it wisely. It ends up back in the Lumberjacks end with 1:09 left. They're down 3-1. Callender to the far wing side. Mikhailuk to Andrusak. Leading the attack over the attacking line. Took a check along the far boards, dug out, and cleared by the Rivermen. That was Basson. And we have two players with skates tied up in the other end. Now they're all set. It was Andrusak as one of them. Batters was the other. Up ice. Toropchenko over the line. Right circle, the blast. Knocked out by Sargent, it's loose. Rebound, still loose. How does that puck not go in? Lumberjacks get it in a giveaway. On the near wing side, Montgomery just came out, feeds it. It'll be an empty net score for number 28, Brian Pellerin. Turn off the lights now. Peoria has clinched it if they hadn't already.
Yes, well, you can really bet on the star of the game has been Jeff Sargent. He played just a tremendous shift there. They had a lot of good chances to score, couldn't put it in. I don't know how it didn't go into the net. But all of a sudden, out of the penalty box comes Jim Montgomery. The puck ends up on his stick. They got a 2-on-1, him and Brian Pellerin. Easy pass to Pellerin, and it's empty net, and it's 4-1, and it's time to go home for everybody in the Coliseum here.
Did not even stay for the concert.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I mean, the home team's losing. You'd think that could save the night, but I think the weather really put a damper on this crowd. They didn't like to see the snow coming in, and they really braved the elements. A lot of the weather forecasters were telling people to stay at home. Along the near boards, Peoria, this will be an impressive road victory for them. Any win on the road is impressive, but they did it in style here in the third period. Here they come again. Montgomery with a pass, and it's intercepted by Thiessen. Duberman now finding an open man. That's number 23, Patterson, who shot his block. Time running out, and that's it. The Peoria Rivermen have an impressive win on the road, winning it by the score of 4-1, breaking open a 1-1 game, but their penalty killers deserve a lot of credit tonight.
Yes, they do. And again, we said it many times, you get 3 5-on-3s, Cleveland did. They didn't score on any one of them, and that usually turns around to haunt you, and that's what it certainly did. But Peoria played a picture-perfect road game. They held Cleveland to 28 shots tonight, and I think that's something that I'm sure Paul McLean's very proud of the guys. They all came to work. They all came to work hard after 3 games and 3 nights, and they deserve to go home with the 2 points.
And there was no third period collapse. Instead, the third period, they owned it. It was theirs.
No, that's exactly it. And I think that's something that Dennis Sear, the general manager of Peoria, has been doing. I mean, they want to build a team that is not only going to have some scorers, but they want to have some good, solid players. Now, Dennis Sear, I know him very well. He works very hard with it, and he's put himself a heck of a hockey team together.
Well, they want to win another Turner Cup. They should certainly be a contender. They won it in 90-91. They win this game 4-1 on the road in Richfield, Ohio. We are back in Richfield, Ohio. The Coliseum is the place. 4-1 was the final score. Peoria ends up winning it on the road. But Bernie Federico, anytime you look at a situation, you're 0 for 8 on the power play as Cleveland was, you're not going to win many hockey games.
That's right. Specialty teams are so important. And the power play, especially 3 5-on-3s tonight, no goals. That's just uncalled for. You can't win hockey games when you're not scoring on the power play.
Well, this was a 1-1 game. When you made the comment that when you don't score on the 5-on-3, you're going to probably give something up. And that's what happened. There were 3 goals scored by Peoria, all in the third period. We'll start to take a look at them.
Well, Peoria was very patient, and they're going to end up going to the net. Doug Evans is a feisty little guy. He goes to the net. He gets a great pass from Rich Peon. It's in between Dobson's pads. No chance on it. Second goal again. A nice speed by Jim Montgomery. Gets a feed from Mackey. He's going to pull it back inside and come to the left and then fire a shot to the far side past Dobson, who had no chance on it. And that was the goal of the game. Then, of course, the empty netter. You get a 2-on-1 breakaway on an empty net. A good pass from Montgomery over to Pellerin, and it's in the net, and it's 4-1, and the game's over.
Well, the final stats will show that it was a busy night for the goaltenders with 32 shots for Peoria, 28 for Cleveland. That's the most shots Cleveland has had in their last several games, but in the end, the scoring chances just weren't very good for Cleveland.
No, they weren't. They just didn't deserve to win. No question that Peoria outworked them, and when you outwork a team, especially on the road, you're going to win it. And I'm sure the fatigue factor got caught up in both teams, but Peoria really deserved to win tonight.
Yeah, Milwaukee will be the next team on the road that you'll see here on Prime Network. When we all go to Las Vegas for New Year's Eve, we're already looking forward to that. Milwaukee taking on Las Vegas. We've talked about it at the top, but I'm anxious to see the 17-year-old Radek Bonk.
I really am too. It's a great place to go, especially a great place to spend New Year's Eve. Yeah, I hope not. But it should be an exciting game, and all the games, the last 2 games that we've shown have been really, really good, and I'm sure that the next one will be just as exciting.
Well, this one was a 1-1 game, and it was that way right into the third period. Give the Rivermen a lot of credit, Bernie. They won it here on the road. They did it in style. 4-1 was the final score in this one. Peoria over Cleveland. For Bernie Federico, I'm John Paul Della Camera. So long, everyone, from Richfield, Ohio.